Welcome. Today, I want to show you how to effortlessly automate your lead capture and lead outreach. And you're going to be able to use a very simple application that I wrote up in order to do that. And you can use it completely for free. So I want you to be able to go to the description and then click the link to open up the blog post, and you can follow along step by step. And there should be a video in there so you could watch the video on my website. But let's go on ahead and take a look. I actually used ChatGPT to write up this script. Now, I had to edit this script like crazy, and I had to rethink how I was going to create it. And here I just started out with this prompt up here. So it says, I want to develop a Python application that sends emails from a CSV file and uses SMTP. Please use ENV and SSL for secure credentials. The CSV should have name, email, subject, and message. Explain each step in detail at grade school level. So what I'm doing is I'm using ChatGPT 4. I think it's Omega or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it starts with an O. It does really well with writing content versus ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. Here, it writes everything out in great detail, but I need that for me so I could be able to understand exactly how this application is actually being written out, because I have to go through line by line and make sure that all the functions and everything in it is working properly. Like, I had to go back and forth to, fix errors and stuff like that. So it takes a little time to get ChatGPT to work well with you. So don't think that it's just, you just type in a few things and then, oh yeah, voila, I got I got a script that's gonna work. And sometimes it doesn't. And it's good to have an understanding of coding. And you could always go and just, find some Python tutorials to teach you about Python. And to be honest with you, Python is probably one of the easiest programming languages you could go out there and learn. It's like any language, and languages have syntax. Actually, when I do my my next video where I'm talking about $1 Million Habits, I'm going to show you a habit that I've built that actually talks about language. And the similarities are, really significant. You can really understand why it's so easy to understand programming if you just take a moment to really understand how just the English language works. There's a syntax to it, and you just got to follow the syntax in order to make your statements clear. Just like with programming, you want to make sure you make your statements clear. Just like with ChatGPT, you want to make sure that you make your statements clear. This wasn't clear enough, so I wrote this, and then the script comes out. And then I had to rewrite it. See here, it says, I'm getting this error, type error. The int argument must be a string, a bytes-like object, or a real number, not none type. So that was the error that I was getting. Let's actually look at the code here. If I go into AutoMailer, you're gonna see, here it is. So the int function, you're taking the SMTP port variable, and it's a string, and then you're turning it into an integer so that it can go into the contacts CSV file. So this is for the mailer, but let's go to the scraper. That's the first step in the whole process. You want to build the scraper so you could go gather all your contacts. So it goes to Google Maps to gather contacts. And so it'll use this URL here, and it will use a query. So that query is actually called down here at the bottom, and that query is plumbers, but it's hard coded. Now I can go and make this dynamic if I want to. Like, in the future, I'm gonna probably build on top of this and make it better and better, because I actually like having this and doing it myself. Because not only do I learn, it's free. I don't have to pay somebody to do this stuff. I remember when I first started learning about scraping the web, and I was using a Google Chrome extension, and I paid like $5 or $10 a month to use their scraper. And then I started learning Python. I was like, wait, it only takes a few lines of code to do what this guy just did. the wheels started turning. I was like, oh wait, so if I understand this stuff, then I could sell applications like this too, but I don't want to sell it. I just want to give it away, let you guys use it. Because when it comes to software, you should share it. That's why I'm on GitHub. Share software, share your knowledge. But here it takes the query and goes and searches for plumbers in the Google Maps. I think it would probably be good for me to add into the query like a city or something like that to specify the plumbers that I want to search for. And then it'll gather that information. It'll parse the HTML, get all the contact information, business name, address, phone number, and website. And that website is used in the email prep. So find email on website, and then it takes the URL from here, and then it starts parsing the HTML on their website. So then it searches common pages for email addresses. So it searches for, the privacy policy, which there should be an email address in the privacy policy or the terms and conditions, or on the contact page, or on the about page. If you can't find it there, then move to the next business contact. It's taken all the contacts from business contacts CSV, and then it filters them. So it gets rid of these up here. So like this one here doesn't have all the contact parts. So it doesn't have the business address, the business phone number, and the business website. So if it doesn't have that, it gets rid of it. And then it creates a brand new contacts array. And it goes and sorts through all of that and then builds the email template. This is an actual email that I'm gonna send out eventually. Then it'll put the name as a variable, which would be name here, would be business name in that row. So it'll say Ritz Plumbing, Heating, and Air and Electrical. I'm trying to get people to recognize, hey, I'm offering services for chatbots. I want to provide this service for you so you can put a chatbot on your website, answer a bunch of questions, increase your engagement, and save on costs. Because one thing that a lot of people end up doing instead of, using programs or automation is they'll go and hire somebody, and employees are a lot more expensive than robots. And that's for sure. Robots are going to take our jobs, especially after seeing what you see with how ChatGPT is just writing up this stuff. Like, it makes my job a whole lot easier for sure. Having to write all this stuff line by line and test it all is just, no, it's not fun. Where this took me only like maybe an hour or so to complete all of this. There's some setbacks to just trying to write up some code from ChatGPT, but I wouldn't say there are many. Like, you might miss some stuff. Like, if you don't really understand how this code works, you're gonna miss some stuff. You don't want to just be telling ChatGPT to create stuff and then you don't know what it's creating. You gotta know what this stuff actually means. And I'm not saying you gotta know it in great detail. You could always just pull up here, let's go to Google real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's look up int for Python. And there you go. You got the Python int function. And you could learn how to use it. It's really simple. If you don't understand something that ChatGPT gives you, you could just look it up. And it'll show you exactly what you need, how you use it. Here it says, basically turn this into an integer. Right now it's a float. Is it a float for Python? I can't remember. I don't think it's a float for Python. It's something else, but maybe it's just number in Python. Python has a different way of using the language for that the other programming languages use. But now it turned it into an integer, and integers can't have decimal points. They can only have whole numbers. So there you go. That's how easy it is to go on ahead and just find out what these Python functions and methods do. You just look it up real quick. So here, let's find another one. Here, I got this append function here. Like you'll be able to see that here. So let me bring up my main screen. So you see this append function here. This appends this dictionary. And that's what this is called. It's called a dictionary in Python, where you have the name. So the email would be the name, and then the reference to that would be the value. This is a variable, and the variable is coming from up here. All these variables are set here. They're defined here. So all of this stuff is put into a CSV file called contact CSV. So here is my contact CSV, and then it's gonna populate the name here, the column. That's for the column, and it's name column. And then this is the name of the business, the email, and that's here, column 2. Column 3, the subject. See, column 3 subject, column 3 subject. And then this is all of this right here. This is all the message, column 4, message, column 4. So here's the auto mailer. So the auto mailer, it loads the .env file. I'm not going to show you guys the .env file. You can look on the blog post and you'll see how the .env file works. You got to enter all your credentials in there. I use a domain name email. And I got so if you have a hosting service and you guys could, if you go through my 7-day challenge, you'll find out how to get a host and everything to build your website and all that stuff if you don't already have one. But if you already have a website, you already know what that you have a host. And then you can, if you haven't created a domain email on your hosting service yet, let me know in the comments if you want me to create a video showing you how to get that done. But I use a domain email, and then they give you these login credentials to access your emails through either SMTP, POP3, or IMAP, or TLS. So it gets rid of all of that stuff. It makes sure that all of your credentials check out. Then make sure that there's not any empty credential spaces. And then it reads the contact CSV file. Once it looks at that, it takes the context of that and then creates a default context. Log into the server, use the email address and password, email message. It builds the message. And then, as you can see here, it says 2 for the subject, date. So it has to put in the date because you need dates in the header. Otherwise, you're probably going to get that email rejected. The subject here, and then the message. And so it loops through the rows in the CSV and sends the emails. So let's go on ahead and try and send one real quick. Python automailer.py, and I'm gonna press enter, and it'll put all that stuff together, and then all emails sent successfully. So let's go and check out the emails. Okay, so here it is. You got boost your business with an AI chatbot. Dear Ruderman. So it's got everything in there. Works 100%. This is the other email address. Works 100%. Everything's in there. And that's how easy it is to go ahead and create something like this. Now, if you want to go on ahead and do this yourself, here, let me switch again. You could read the article up here. It's got, it's gonna look a little different. It'll have the video here. So you could literally follow along with the video while you're reading the content of the article. So all you have to do is really just follow all the steps. Step 1, install Python, create project folder, set up a virtual environment, install required libraries, which is this. You copy and paste it right into your terminal. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Here, I'm gonna copy this. Bring up my main screen real quick. Paste that in there. Now, I already got all this stuff in here, but just press enter and it'll start installing all the stuff in there. And as it says, requirement already satisfied. All of that stuff is there. But you would end up doing that and then write the web scraper script. So basically, all you have to do is just copy and paste right into, like, this would go, this is the web scraper. So this would go here in your YP scraper. Then we got the write email automation script that's here too. And then the next steps. So what are the next steps? Very first thing you want to do is check out my 7-day challenge. I mentioned it before. There's a link here. And actually, we could go here to the 7-day challenge. And this is how you can get a website built 7 days. It's a lot of content. So please leave comments. Let me know if it is like anything that it should be changed in the 7-day challenge, because I know it's a lot and I'm, more than willing to make it even better, but I'm giving it all away for free and it will get you to where you need to go. There are affiliate links in there, so it would help the channel out a lot if you were to use any of those, to go through any of those affiliate links and purchase things. But I don't just offer affiliate links for purchases. I also offer free options, because just like this, I'm giving you free options. Like, you don't have to use any one of those autoresponder programs that you got to pay for. I'm providing you with a free option. This is something that will save you a lot of money if you're, a bootstrapping entrepreneur. It's a lot of them out there too, trust me. I'm one of them. This is the reason why I'm doing all of this stuff. So you can also book a 30-minute session, discovery session, so we can talk about what your goals are and everything and how we can get you started, running your own online business. Now, if you need even more help than that, and this is the next step that's in the process. So right here, you can join my Mission to Monetization beta group coaching program. It's at a discounted price right now, and I'm accepting 50 enrollments. And after 50, the price will go up. So this is how you sign up here. So you just enter your name, your email, let me know which best describes you, and then tell me more about who you are and what kind of struggles you've been through with your business, what kind of things you've tried in the past, what's worked, what hasn't worked. Are you getting frustrated? What's frustrating you? Let me know, because I'm really here to help. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got another one coming up next. Check out the $1 Million Habits video. When it comes to habit building, that's where you really can start setting the foundation so you can get to the next level. I start with baby steps and build habits. But I'm gonna talk more about that in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and you found value in it. Leave comments down below if you got any questions about anything. I'll see you guys in the next one.